And welcome back to part 17 of Neptunia Reverse, where today, after a trip on flight goddesses with Neptune, Vert and Blanc carrying everyone else over to last station, we arrive at last station to try and find Noire before Arthur can get to her and potentially copy her powers, since Arthur already has Blanc and Vert's. On the return, I'll do a Nep special, a HDD and un-HDD aerial combo. Hey, I don't like flying, I want to walk home. So Iffy, what are you going to do now? Go to the Basilicom? Not like the Basilicom would let us see Noire. Let's go to Sion instead. Iffy? Who might this Sion be? A person you know? Yeah, she helped us a lot out last time when we were in last station. Can we trust this person? She's not in line with Avenir, is she? In line? Nah, more like in line to punch Avenir in the guts. She hates them. Let's go to the city first. I'll explain along the way. Yes, please do. And thus we begin chapter 5, which I'm going to admit is probably the shortest chapter in the game. It feels like this chapter's only here to get Noire back in the plot. And that's kind of it. I'll say that stuff does happen and we do learn a little bit more, but it does feel like the main purpose of this chapter is just get Noire back in the party. Emphasis on raiding tech talents. By doing so, we'll further prospering last station. After all, I want everyone to have a chance in the future. If you're an aspiring student, think last station. Well, that's it. See you again. The CPU blogs aren't too interesting. They're more just there as like flavor text to give you a better idea of how the goddesses act in their position.
This is last station.
It feels like we've been away for a long while.
So, do you want to take a look around before we go to see Xion?
Yes.
Sounds fine. I was curious to see what releases Last Station may have. I'm interested to see Last Station's publications as well.
Okay, let's part here. We'll meet up again right here in 2 hours.
Very well. Now, Iffy, let us go.
Me?
Iffy is the only one who can escort me. I always wanted to stroll with you.
Escort? Wait, you mean a date?
My, yes. Let us hurry and depart. I'll go look for a bookstore.
I can guide you there, Lady Blonde.
Are you sure?
Yes. There's a bookstore near the thrift shop I wanted to go to.
I see. Then let's go.
Yes, sir.
Then I shall go in search of the Duck P.
Say what?
What is the matter?
You know, with this flow of dialogue, aren't you supposed to come with me?
I have a regal mission to search for Duck P. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Hello? Aren't I supposed to be the heroine here? Why am I alone then? You've got to be kidding me, right? I'm the main in this game. To be singled in an even-numbered party is just cruel. What should I do? I can't be a loner like the No More Heroines Noire.
Who are you calling a loner?
Ouch!
I should have figured you would be the source of the commotion here.
Noire! I wanted to meet you, Noire!
What are you doing, jumping on me like that?
I wanted to meet you so bad, Noire! Of course I'm gonna hug ya!
Really? Well, I guess this isn't that bad then.
In honesty, I could have hugged a bear as long as I weren't alone.
I should have figured as much.
But being a mega loner yourself, I guess you heard my cries of sorrow.
Like I said, I'm not a loner. And quit with the mega, too.
I'm just kidding. You get so serious, Noire.
Whose fault do you think it is? So what brought you here?
Whoops. Noire, are you angry?
No, I'm not angry.
But your eyes, they're so dull and sullen, my sweet Lady Noire.
I was happy to meet you too, but you're the one who started this.
I'm sorry. Let me treat you to some good food then. You know, mend the bridge and stuff.
Good food?
Yep, anything you like. It can be pudding, cake, pudding, or pudding.
Are you sure?
I will not tell a lie. I will promise to treat you to the end.
Well, I guess bygones can be bygones, but you're asking for it, though. Oh, I haven't eaten this much sweets before.
My allowance! You're horrible choosing all the expensive stuff.
Well, you're the one who said I could eat anything. I always wanted to eat here, but it felt weird to go in alone.
See, you are a loner.
I feel like seconds.
Oh, nothing. I said nothing.
Very well then. Oh, isn't it almost time? You sure you're okay being here?
Yikes! I completely forgot. Okie dokie, let's get going. And so, I bring to you Noire!
Lucky as usual. It's like you're scripted to always get the best results.
But Nep did make it easy for us.
Behold, the power of destiny on the side of the main character.
It looks like your party grew quite a bit.
I bet you're envious compared to your singular environment.
Okay, that's enough already with the loner tease.
It has been a while, assistant.
Who are you calling an assistant?
The way you return your reply is starkly similar from before.
Yeah, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
So you're Noire.
What's with the four-eyed duo here?
More like a trio since you have a pair on, too.
Well, we found who we were looking for, so let's change locations.
Yes, it would be peculiar to be speaking in the middle of the road.
What? You wanted to meet me?
Noire, you look happy.
Not at all. I was just curious, that's all. It looks like Lady Noire hasn't changed a bit.
Yeah, just in case you needed more confirmation that Noire does care for Nep quite a lot, that she got so angry that she felt like Nep didn't care that much and was only just looking for someone to give her a bit of attention. Yeah. But the simple fact that you get access to the EXE level 2 between Nep and Noire now should be your biggest indication that means Noire is now finally staying. As the plot goes on, Noire is going to hang around in the party, so you now have your full party of the 4 goddesses. As I've said before, if you're playing the original or Rebirth 1, Noire is probably the worst option of the 4, because she's just Nep again. Like, very much a point of it is that she is very similar to how Nep is. Just a little bit faster instead of being a little bit more damaging.
We should be able to talk a bit more freely here.
Last Station's hotel. Not bad. I was hoping for a VIP suite with a king bed and softer cushions.
We don't have that much money to spend.
What's the matter, Noire? It's not like you're the silent type in the group.
There's so many people here. I don't know what to say.
Ouch. Being alone made you socially inept, I guess.
Who are you calling socially inept? I just don't know how to approach someone I don't know.
Wow.
Noire, no need to be so tense in front of us.
Yeah, not like you don't know us.
Well, maybe you, Neptune, but I don't know the other two. Wait a sec. I've seen you both before.
Well, of course.
You're Louise.
Finally noticed, have you?
Well then, how about me?
Leanbox is CPU?
Yes, you're correct.
Neptune! What's going on? Why are these two here in Last Station?
Well, that's because...
Wait! You aren't planning on taking over Last Station with those two, are you? I can't believe you pulled this on me! I thought you were my friend! No matter. I'll take you three on myself. Don't think I'll go easy here. I'll make you all pay for trampling on my feelings!
Attack!
Ouch! What are you doing, Neptune?
Calm down, Noire.
My, we didn't come here to fight.
We just came to talk, so settle down.
Talk?
Yep, we came to talk with ya. You don't look like you trust me.
Of course! With all the CPUs here, how do you expect me to believe you?
See, that's why you're not making friends, Noire.
Like I said 1,000 times, stop trying to make me look like a loner!
Then just listen us out. I may joke a lot, but I don't lie.
Okay then, let's hear what you have to say.
Sweet.
But if you lie, I'm gonna stuff you full with eggplants, so be ready!
Eggplants?
can't believe Leanbox and Louis went through all that! And this R4? It sounds as if she's connected to Avenir.
So, then you believe what we said, right?
Honestly, it sounds surreal, but it does match Avenir's moves.
I was thinking you were going to add a twist to your reply.
Oh, so you want me to twist some eggplants into your mouth?
Now, hold on there. That didn't sound much like a joke.
Anyways, from the looks of it, it probably is a good idea to move together.
Great. Noire, can you help us find the key fragment?
Key fragment? I've been checking on my side, but there's no trace of it.
Huh? You've been searching for the fragment? For me?
I didn't say it was for you, just that I had time to spare, you know.
Oh, don't be shy.
So if there are no trails, odds are likely R4 got to it first.
So Madame R4 has it with her?
Not that I want to meet her, but I guess we'll have to fight her again.
Well, if that's the case, the question now is what to do until then.
How about crushing Avenir?
Whoa, hardcore. Are you an HDD by any chance, Blonde?
Think about it. Now's our chance since R4 isn't around to bother us.
I know you would like to get rid of Avenir, but we should think a bit more.
Vert's right. Facing them means facing last station. It won't be pretty.
I hate to ask, Noire, but are you being dissed by the Basilicom?
I'm not being dissed, Neptune. And you, don't laugh.
Being dissed despite being a goddess.
I'm not being dissed. It's just that Avenir is too strong now. Is it just me, or is this conversation getting nowhere?
No, it's not just you. Noire, can you explain a bit more on Avenir's status?
After you left, I did what I could for the citizens while hiding my identity. Sometimes in this form, and sometimes as Blackheart. I was able to recover some shares, and I had more say in the Basilicom.
Based on you using past tense, I assume things are different now?
Yes, Avenir didn't like this, so they chased me out of the Basilicom.
So that's why they could ship all those weapons to Louis.
I can't return to the Basilicom, so I'm staying with Xian now. Oh, poor Lady Noire. Anyhow, Avenir is at its peak now. Now it's just the time to endure.
It does seem like this place is a lot worse than it was before.
Ironically, we may be at a stalemate until R4 returns.
Well, why not come to Xian's place? She did want to see you folks.
But because this game has a full party of 4, Noire will get to have screen time. Yay! Oh, Noire, I wanted to ask you for a favour. Yahoo! I'm back. How's it been, Xian? It's been a while, Xian. How are things? Oh, you're back. How long has it been? And it looks like you've gotten a bigger party now. My, nice to meet you. Same here. My name is Magus. I am the Mad Magician, leaping through time-space. Looks like you're pretty well diversified. It's like, oh god, you got a bunch of weirdos. That aside, how's the factory look? Not bad. It looks way better than before. Well, it got a little out of hand, but Noire helped a lot. Noire did something too? I didn't do anything. Oh, don't be shy. You protected the caravans to get all the materials. Everyone appreciated it. That's all I did. Nothing special there. See, no matter how much I praise her, she's always like this. Never mind me. What was you going to say? Oh, right. The weapon for the expo is still lacking on materials. Again? You know how hard it was to get the materials you're using now. I know, but this is something I can't just turn a blind eye to. What, Xian? Do you need help? Yeah, I need a material that can withstand the force of this weapon. We can find it for you. Can you? Not like we have anything else to do now. We are still taking orders too. Thank you. So do you mind telling us where we can get this material you want? Of course. Way over there in the Soul Sack Cave. It's been a while since we set out to a dungeon to look for materials. Well, we've been busy with other things. I think we met Iffy in a cave like this. I wouldn't have expected to be traveling with a goddess back then. Now you have a mad party of 4 goddesses. It's like a cheat party. I guess, though Net being a goddess surprised me the most. Oh, how rude, Iffy. And where is this monster we're looking for? Like any monster we look for, all the way in the back. It is better than such being in particular locations. Yes, making things easier to identify is a good thing. The last game had a boss underwater, took me forever to find. I would not like to have that kind of trouble in real life. Lady Vert is really good at comparing things with games. Well, a gamer to the core, I guess. You'll have to forgive me if I get slightly muddled on what voice I give what character as the party starts expanding. As I talked about last time, Chapter 5 is also the chapter where your party number really starts to expanding. Like, this point of the game onwards, you start recruiting party members relatively regularly. And most of them are extra human characters, well, all of them from this point onwards are extra human characters that I don't think really justify their own screen time. It feels like they're just kind of thrown into the fray to expand and bloat out the party list, instead of actually having significance, like major significance to the story and justified in being there, you know? And so, as this point forward, where we're going to start seeing a lot more new faces, more so in Chapter 6 than in Chapter 5, but you're still going to see it in Chapter 5 as well, when new faces just show up for no good reason. I'm going to eventually lose track of what voice I have for what character, especially if there's like a 7-way conversation, like in that cutscene there where everyone had something to say. It won't be as, I don't think it'll ever get as bad as that one video in V2R where it was 15 characters across 2 cutscenes that were back to back that I had to do a voice for, and I got really muddled up by the end of that. I was like, who was it for that one? Like, that was a real, like, mental test of what voice did I give what character.
My turn.
And it's something that will come back in the later games, because Mark II has even more characters. And I'd go to say it's like its total party list, I'm pretty sure, is bigger than this game's total party list, ignoring DLCs, obviously. Because it gets a little bit more complicated when the DLCs coming, because I don't know what DLCs are in the 2nd and 3rd game off the top of my head. Actually, I say that I know what's in the 3rd game. The 3rd game is there's a DLC that adds every single human character from the first 2 games into it, which like adds like another 10 characters to the game. And it's like the fact that they made them DLC instead is like a side thing. It kind of proved my point, I felt like, of just how worthless they really were in the grand scheme, that they were just DLC instead of having plot significance. Because I do think it was wise to move away from having them be main party members. I think they should still be around. Like, I think it was kind of disappointing that they're not around in, like, to at least like have a one-off chat with at all in the 3rd and 4th game. Like, they're just straight up gone. But I think it would be nice if, like, so I think that'd be nice if they had like a cameo appearance in like the 5th game or something, if there ever is a 5th one. But just don't have them be playable, because they're worthless, in my opinion. It really feels like they don't have plot significance. The party, the main party of the Neptunia series is already kind of big. Like, just don't have it. You're so energetic. Don't you get tired at all? Huh? I was tired a lot before, but hey, I'm not that tired now. Strange. If you had been adventuring all this time, you'd have more stamina naturally. I'm super okay too. All that whining before, and now you're a lot more like a goddess. I've been honed through battle. I'm a lot better than before, Noire. Okay then, we'll rest here, so why don't you get the material for us? Miss Noire, am I giving you the wrong impression by the chance? You said you're better now. This should be a cinch then, right? I didn't expect a day to come to be talked down to by Noire. Iffy, can you please come here for a moment? Lady Vert, what's the matter? This looks man-made, but do you know what this is? This... Everyone, come here, quick! What's with the yelling, Iffy? Take a look at this. I've seen this before, but I can't remember. No need to expect anything from me, since I've no memory of it in the first place. Well, I'm not surprised that neither of you remember this. What do you mean? This is the same pedestal where the key fragment was on back in Planetoon. I guess it does look like it. You see this notch? The one we got in the Planetoon probably fits in there. But we don't have one that fits this. The one that does was taken by R4. Iffy, can you tell when the fragment was taken? I can't tell offhand, but it looks like a while ago. Shucks, if it was recent, then maybe R4 could have been around here. Well, let's get going. First things first, let's help Sion's material. Have you ever hear me pause on the dialogue the amount of gears I have to turn for my poor brain to keep up with doing the voice and read the lines when I'm already slightly dyslexic. Yeah, it's a machine. It's a machine going slightly to go haywire a little bit, trying to remember as many voices as I do, while also reading the lines with like dyslexia kicking in. It's like I'm just sitting there going, Urbadert, what voice am I on? Find a voice in the okay, I'm using voice B. This is the compa voice. Okay, read the line. I have to kind of run it through my head sometimes.
Finally!
And so, and eventually, like, for lack of a better word, worthlessness of the human characters will start to show up in the story as well, because they will start to, like, genuinely only get 1 or 2 lines per cutscene when they show up, because they know that they're not the focus, they're just there to be extra party members. However, if they just had them standing around saying absolutely nothing all the time, it'd be weirder. So having them just being one extras that kind of just show up and be like, sure, I'll help you out, and just say the odd comment, yeah, I'll take it. The only characters that genuinely don't say anything are the DLC characters, which is expected from being DLC. Even though they're just given to you in this game, because all the DLC of the older versions is just packed into this. You're going to see me make a choice here and then go back on it. I assume the end of the dungeon would be down through the middle like it usually is with the other versions of this dungeon. It's not, it is actually on the other side, so I go partially this way, realise, no, actually, there's an optional boss on that route, and there's no path continuing, so what I assumed was the right way is actually the wrong way, and then I turn around and go back for it.
Finally!
It's my turn.
The default encounters in here are also kind of, I don't want to say kind of beefy, but they are going to start taking longer. We are at a part of the game now where the general difficulty of every basic enemy is just going to be that little bit tougher than what you're used to. And so don't be surprised if the fights take a little longer. They don't take forever, thankfully. Like, there are some games that when you get into late game, the fights take half a lifetime, and it starts to burn you out because of how long the fights start taking. But no, thankfully this game, it doesn't get that bad, I'd say. Because there's an optional Phoenix-like monster over here. And he said, I'd try and swerve it because I want to get all the loot first before I deal with it. But it's literally like sitting on it, so I'm like, that second item I think's too close.
Lucky.
But I just kind of like really hovered near the edge. Like, I think if I stood dead on it, it would have been close enough that it would have twigged like the hitbox on the enemy and it would have started the fight.
No matter who I'm against,
And I think the fact that I took only 1 step forward and swung and that was enough kind of proved my point.
Transformation complete. Now prepare yourself.
And now here's this boss. I'm trying to think, like, I don't actually remember too much in this boss, which I think should be a good sign if you're following along, that it isn't too bad. A lot of bosses, and I've mentioned it before, do kind of fall into one another after a while, but they do kind of fall into this trap of you know what to do, break the guard and then rip out your EXEs. Or if you're almost broken your guard and Blanc goes first, start with your EXEs then instead. Just have all the goddesses transform and then go for it. Like, but you're going to start really feeling that monotony a little bit, and it's going to start going into some of my criticisms of this first game. Because I have said before, as much as I enjoy it, it is the weakest one of the lot. And there's a reason why they kind of rebooted it after one game in the second game, but making it based in a different dimension. And it's because like, a lot of like the very core principles and systems and like architects of this game, and especially, and a lot of it's not helped because of the story structure as well, kind of locks down gameplay options in the long run. When the stories just get the key fragments, and then after we get all the key fragments, it's going to be get the next set of collectibles, and then it will be going into endgame. There's only so much the story can do around that without making it feel very episodic and or samey. Because each chapter already kind of feels a little episodic. It's not as bad as Net 3. The Victory 1 feels extremely episodic in that game. Like, each chapter really feels like its own mini-story in that. But the difference is that Net 3's main story is actually more interesting. It's just, it does feel a hell of a lot more episodic than the first 2 games are. Even though the first 2 games aren't, you know, immune to that problem themselves. So my throat went a little bit there. I had my COVID jab yesterday, so I'm kind of like, I'm a little bit more worn down today, where like the after effects of it are starting to kick in. It's my second jab, so now I'm all good. Well, until there's inevitable boosters we'll probably get in like a few months. because they've been talking about that for a while. I won't talk about this too much because that's enough to get your video like shut down with YouTube right now. They're still a little like cautious about talking about it, about people talking about it even.
Did I go too
And there's
hard on
Noire's
you?
EXE level
Well,
1.
too bad. I'm gonna get
But yeah, I had my
good.
second
I'm stronger now.
dosage.
Mine.
And
Looks like my
today,
dragon
like
level's
to be
up
fair, I'm not
too.
too bad. I haven't been knocked out as much as a lot of other people are. I wouldn't be recording this video if I was like proper out of it. I just wouldn't. I'd leave it until like after the weekend probably. I just am very, very tired. I think that's the better way to put it. It's just worn me out. But as it stands, I'm alright enough to record. And I also didn't upload, as it is won't mind like he is in the future, when if any of you guys for some reason decide to come back and watch this. But there wasn't an upload yesterday, which kind of, it's like, I think it's the first time in a very long time I've missed a weekday doing an upload. And it was kind of deliberate. I was extremely excited for Genshin Impact 2.1. And I wanted to be able to just play it. And keep in mind I also had my COVID jab yesterday. I did Genshin all morning, got my jab at like midday, and then when I came home just played more Genshin until the rest of the day. And I had a blast with it. I haven't done everything because I don't want to do everything. I've been exploring mostly.
Just because of this.
I have wrapped up the main Archon quest, and I won't talk about it here because it's fresh and there's some fucking huge bombshell plot drops on it, and I don't want to spoil it if people are playing it for themselves. Obviously, I'll talk about it in those videos because, you know, we'll experience them, and you'll hear my live reactions when we get to them anyway.
What shall I do?
I haven't started the character story, or this character story quest for the Rhine Shogun. I just haven't started it because I don't want to yet. I want to explore as much as I feel I can first. And if I can get the Rhine Shogun up to level 90, so when like there's an inevitable play as the Rhine Shogun part of her character story, I can use my own. Because there's something always kind of satisfying about being able to do that. I tried to skip that encounter, but it didn't play out for me. The thing was faster than me, so it kept its pursuit. Found you, monster! So that's the monster. It looks very tough. Doesn't matter, it's outnumbered, so we'll just have to keep hitting it. As a matter of fact, I feel like we're the bad ones this time. I'll leave the rest to you, Noire. Okay, I'll pass 2 then. Nep is going not to fight. I'll skip too. I should skip this too then. If he is going to skip this, I will certainly do the same. I am sorry, assistant. Consider this a course of fate. Hey, wait everyone, and don't call me an assistant. Oh, we're just pulling your leg. Let's get this over with quick, everyone.
I can take care of this.
Yeah, it's got a taste of your own medicine. It's like, man, if it isn't the consequences of my actions. There, Noire, after trying to pull that stunt on Net. And I immediately just start the fight and rip out the EXE. Because you're gonna notice it in my gameplay from time to time as well. I do find, like as I said before, Nep 1 the most repetitive game of the series. So when like it's not even a boss fight, it's just an enhanced special encounter, I am absolutely just going to use an EXE right off the bat and deal with the fight. Because it's just a normal encounter again. Oh really? Do you have a grudge against me? I can face you any day, you know. Well, I'm always looking for a way to add fun, but Noire, are you mad? Mad? Not at all! I only have this urge to shove eggplants into your mouth. Okay, that's not even a joke, stop it. Those two are as rowdy as usual. Kampa, did you get the yours? Yesy! I think Xian will be happy with as much in hand. Next time on Neptunia Reverse, we're going to give in that ore to Xian to see what weapon she can make. But until then, take care now. Peace.